YouTube. So please stay. People be angry in LA, y'all. People be so mad. What's good, y'all? It's your girl Yazzie and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a cool minute. I think it's been almost over a week since I've uploaded a video. It's not good, but I've recorded 2 videos and neither one of them were ready, like we're uploading correctly. So I'm just thinking that that's the universe telling me, Yasmin, that content was trash. Record a different video. So today, I know I said I was going to give a shout out on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, my Instagram is right here at that girl Yazzie, spelled with 2 Z's and a Y. I did say I was gonna give a shout out to whoever gave me the topic that I'm doing for this video. However, since those 2 videos didn't upload, I'm just gonna say whoever comments on this video the most in the comments down below, you will get a shout out on my Instagram and on my next YouTube video. And since I did promise my Instagram followers that somebody would get a shout out, I will give a shout out to you guys as well. I'll post a picture, post a video, and say whoever comments on it will get a chance to get a shout out on also my YouTube and my Instagram. And I will be doing 2 shout outs on my next video. So just to clear that up. So today's video, what we're going to be talking about is my advice getting into a relationship, being in a relationship, just advice for people. People say I give pretty good advice when it comes to relationship, but it seems like I can't take my own advice.
She belongs to the streets.
But I've been through my fair share of ups and downs in relationships, and this is just a little bit of advice that I've learned along the way. You know, you can take it, you don't have to. Okay, I'm just saying my opinion. Once again, none of this is fact, so don't take it as fact. So I have my handy dandy notebook right here. I don't know where my pen went. I have 10 pieces of advice. I don't really think it's just for girls or guys, or if you're non-binary, whatever you identify as. It refers to everybody, no matter what kind of relationship you're in. This is just my opinion from my perspective. You can take it and apply it to your own relationship if you so please, but other than that, let's get into the video. All right, so number 1, okay, number 1, do not force the relationship or feeling. So if you're trying to get into a relationship, you're in a relationship, regardless, do not force the relationship and do not force the feelings. If the feelings are there, they're there, and you will know that they're there. If they're not there, then they're not there. Like it's a gut feeling. If you're questioning your feelings in that relationship, then 9 times out of 10 that means that the feelings either aren't there or they're starting to, you know, dwindle as the relationship goes on. Sometimes it's good to take a break and let those, you know, feelings kind of get sparked back up, but do not force the relationship, do not force feelings. Like, that's one of my biggest pieces of advice. Like, if you know it's not working, you guys probably both are feeling it, you guys probably both, and it's probably for the best, rather than going down that long path and somebody ends up getting cheated on, somebody ends up getting their feelings hurt, and you were feeling it months ago. So that's one piece of advice. All right, number 2. All right, number 2, so this is something that I live by. I tell a lot of people this all the time. You can't love somebody unless you love yourself. It's not easy to love yourself. And people try. You try and be in relationships with people while you're going through something, while you're hurt, and that's totally fine. But just something that I live by and that I tell others to live by is it's really difficult, like almost impossible, to love somebody when you don't love yourself. If you don't care about yourself, you're not taking care of yourself. This includes if there's things that you need to work on your own, then work on them on your own. Do not rely on somebody else to pick up the pieces for you, because it's, in the long run, it's just gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you more in the process. It's gonna set you back way further. It's kind of like a drug. If you are like having that good feeling when you're with that person, and only when you're with that person, and you can't learn to cope with it on your own, then it becomes addictive, and it just keeps going back, and you end up in this long cycle, and it's just not worth it in the long run. So if you need to work on something, please work on it. If you need to talk to somebody, please talk to somebody. You do not have to go through it alone. Don't feel like you have to go through it alone. Speak to a friend, speak to somebody. You can speak to me, DM me, like whatever you need. Just don't do that. Like, don't try and love somebody when you can't love yourself. Like, that is one of the most difficult things, and something that I've like burned into my brain, that it's almost impossible to do. You have to love yourself first. So that's number 2. Number 3, so this is for everybody. And yo, let me come here. Look at me, look at me. I'm gonna tell you because nobody else is gonna tell you. No relationship is perfect. No guy is perfect. No girl is perfect. So please do not, especially if you're looking at these Instagram relationships, these TikTok relationships, these social media couples, their relationships are not perfect. Do not strive to have a perfect relationship. There are going to be hiccups along the way. Always, in any relationship. Anybody you think has a perfect relationship, they have had hiccups along the way. So please accept that now. Like, do not search for the perfect guy. I need him to have this, 6 figures. I need him to drive this car, that car, because guess what? You might find a diamond in the rough. You might have somebody working at a fast food chain that is grinding their way to get to the top. But guess what? You can still love them just as much. Like, do not, and this kind of goes into like, this is like a sub part to that. Don't limit who you will fall in love with, because you can fall in love with anybody, whether they're blue, green, gray, purple, whatever. You can fall in love with anybody, okay? So don't set limitations on who you can love. Don't set limitations on anything, okay? Live your life authentically. Like, be open to so many different things, open to new experiences, to different people, like, if that makes sense. I don't know if that made sense, but that's just what I want to say. No relationship is perfect. No guy is perfect. No girl is perfect. Nobody's perfect, okay? Now, number 4. Now, this is a big one, and I'm gonna go into more detail about it too. Make sure your relationship is 50-50. Make sure that the person is bringing something to the table as you are giving something to the table. It's different for each couple and each relationship. Some things operate in different ways, but don't give more than what you're getting from the relationship, because then the relationship's lopsided and the other person isn't as invested as you are. So let's say you're giving 75%, the other person's giving 25%. That 25% is also matching how much they are invested in the relationship. So make sure the relationship is 50-50. Now, of course, there's going to be certain things that he, she, they do that you're not going to do per se, but it's give or take. There's going to be things that you do that they don't do. Number 5. Now, this is something that my mom told me and my dad told me, and my parents are a prime example of this. If you don't know what my parents look like, there's a picture of them. Some of the best relationships start as friendships. So if you have a really close friend, guy, girl, non-binary, whatever, and you like them, sometimes that's how because the reason why, and I'm gonna lead into the, like, I have other reasons why, with other points, is because you guys share like common interests. You guys just have a common vibe, especially like becoming a friend. You have to have a vibe with somebody. Going straight into a relationship is very difficult. So when you start off as a friend, like, you have those common like core values. They know what you don't like, you know what they don't like. Like, it just kind of works itself out, and you find out things that you like about them more, and that's how those feelings kind of progress and progress and progress. Number 7. Yeah, number 6. Number 6. Okay, so this is kind of like a follow-up point to my last point. When you have a friend that you start off you start off as a friend and then you get into a relationship, you tend to have mutual interest, which is a plus to have in any relationship. And I will say another piece of advice is, if you don't have similar interests, like one of you likes one thing and the other one likes the other, be open to trying what that other person likes. Like, if that other person loves hiking and you're like, I hate hiking, don't say no, I will never go hiking. Like, definitely try it. Like, see if you like it. It could be a good bonding moment for the both of you. And I promise you, that person, it's that give or take thing. Like, you're giving something because you know that person really loves it and enjoys it, and guess what, that will be reciprocated back to you in the future, hopefully, if that relationship progresses. But it hopefully will be reciprocated back to you. So number 7. Yeah, number 7. Now, this is mostly towards my ladies, okay? I know firsthand, we don't like making the first move. It's okay to make the first move. I promise you, some guys like when you make the first move. Now, you don't want to seem like you're like,
hey, I need to talk to you all the time. Like, can you talk to me? Like, I really need to talk to you. Like, I only can talk to you. Like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you texting me? Like, I just can't.
You don't have to be like that. Just, it's okay to be like, if you know a guy is feeling you or you're feeling a guy, it's like, it's okay to be like, hey, what's up? What you doing? It's okay to ask a guy out on a date. Okay, it's okay to ask her out on a date. That's a part of making the first move. Like, it's totally okay to do stuff like that. I know there's like I don't know if it's like a stigma around it, but like girls don't like feel like they can't make the first move. It's totally okay to make the first move. Like, I'd say do it. It works. It works. All right, so that was number, I think that was number 7.
One eternity later.
Right? Yeah, that was number 7, I think. Okay, number 8, don't be afraid to try new things. That leads on to the fact of like, if somebody likes something else, like be okay with trying. Be like, especially if you're in a relationship for a longer period of time, like you're an older couple or you've just been dating for a long time and you guys are just kind of getting bored. Try new things, like go on new adventures. Like there's so many ways, like you can go on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and look up date ideas and try them. Like whether it's like a Friday night, all right, we get to pick like a TikTok idea or we get to pick a Twitter idea for a date night. Like be okay with trying new things because that's gonna better your guys' relationship and you guys are gonna be doing a lot of firsts together and that's always good when you're in a relationship. So number 9, when I learned this, I learned a lot about the people that I was in a relationship, whether it was friendships or in romantic relationships. Learn your partner's love language. There are plenty of tests on the internet. You can also just pick it up by viewing them, like noticing things. There are 5 different love languages. So the first one is words of affirmation. Second one, acts of service. Third one, receiving gifts. Fourth one is quality time. And 5th one is physical touch. Whether you know your own or you don't know your own and you just want to take a quiz together, like that'd be a cool thing to do too. Take the quiz together, figure it out and be like, oh, that's so you. It's very helpful and insightful because you know if somebody's really in need of something, that's when I typically use my love languages or when I use them on somebody else. If I know somebody else's love languages, that's typically when they utilize them the most, is when they're in an uncomfortable situation or they're in a bad situation, they're not just feeling themselves. That's the best time to use these love affirmations, love languages, because if they're dealing with something, this is their way of comfort. Whether it's receiving a small gift, it doesn't have to be big or little. I'm not saying go out there and spend $20,000 on a diamond necklace. Now, if you got the point to do so, go for it, baby. But if you don't gotta do stuff like that. It's a small gift. Most of the time, they're thoughtful gifts. I will say for receiving gifts, most of the time, your partner will like thoughtful gifts, things that you heard them say in the past and you just remembered and you were like, I saw it, I know that they need it or they really wanted it. That's probably the best for gifts. Words of affirmation, just, you know, saying, hey, you're beautiful, or using different words like, oh my gosh, like, just, I don't know, like, I don't even know. That's one of mine, but I don't even know how to like put it into words right now, especially because it's late, my brain's kind of like fried. So yeah, that's my number 9. Know their love languages. And number 10, the last one, be yourself. I know it's clingy.
What?
I know it's cheesy, but be yourself. Like when you try and pretend and fake your way through a relationship, it's gonna crash and burn, sweetheart. Like there's no fake it till you make it in a relationship, especially if you plan on being with somebody long term. There's no fake it till you make it. It's do it or don't do it. There's no in between. But I would definitely say be yourself. Like if you're like me and you like wearing sweatpants and hoodies, put that on the table. Like I don't want to go out on fancy dates. I want to wear sweatpants and hoodies. I don't mind. I don't feel like doing my makeup, looking all cute. Like that's all I want to do. And guess what? They either respect that, and if you put that out there early on, the relationship will either get told then, like, all right, before you get invested, it's over with, or it'll be like, oh, that's dope, me too, like I just want to chill and watch movies. Something, look, interest, connection right there. Look, yeah, that's it for this video. I hope this advice helped. If you want a part 2, let me know in the comments down below. I definitely make sure you do comment because I will be giving a shout out to the 2 I'm gonna pick one from YouTube and one from Instagram. So 2 people will get a shout out on both my Instagram and my YouTube channel. My socials will be in the description down below if you want to go follow me on there. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm honestly tired, so I'm gonna try and get this uploaded as soon as possible because I've been holding out on y'all. But yeah, so that's it for this video. Love you guys. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your evening, day, night, wherever you are in the world. Shoot, it's 5 p.m. somewhere, so I'm just kidding. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of whatever you're doing, and peace out.